Welcome back to another episode and start of season 3 of this Leeds United career mode. Here we are finally in European football. We reached the top 4 in the last season, as well as going for the FA Cup. We won it. I'm pretty sure we did win the FA Cup last season, in which we would have got Europa League, but we did finish in the top 4, and that's all thanks to this amazing team. They had a breakout season. Brendan Aronson, Georgino Rutter, St. Maximin, they all did their things on the score sheet. We were the top goal scoring club of last season, and we were honestly so close to even winning the title. I think we only dropped 1 or 2 points out of that title race, in which seen Liverpool win it, Tottenham in second, and we actually came in 4th because we lost on the final game day. But it is what it is. Now, we have obviously Jurgenich in the starting 11, but that should be Weston McKennie when he comes back from injury, and he is already kind of back from injury. And looking at this team, I think I want to improve on. I know I already just signed him recently, but I think possibly a new right back. I think possibly a new right wing, because Francisco, he's been very up and down. I don't really like the way he works. Maybe a new center defensive mid for Tyler Adams, because he honestly just isn't growing that much anymore. Maybe even put Zinchenko there and find a new left back. But the main priority is fixing up this bench, finding good players to sit on the bench, because we need a lot more depth in the squad now, seeing as we are in the Champions League. We have 137 million to spend this season. And I am going to send out my youth scouts one more time, just for one more season and one more 3-month stint. See what they can find in England. We'll go over to Brazil, and we will go into France. Should we go to France? Yeah, we'll go to France for 3 months. So I'm going to look on the transfer market, look for a couple decent players, maybe some youth academy players that have high overall, like Modric is 79 overall. Correa 73, Ricky 73, just good depth players that could bring into the squad and do a job when called on. We trigger Wahi's release clause. He joins from Getafe for 41 million, 80 overall. He will be on the bench in and out of this first starting 11 with Rutter battling for that starting 11. Ben Segur, his time is pretty much all but over at the club. We needed a better backup option because Ben Segur just wasn't cutting it. Vahi, he's a very good player, and he should do the job very good on the bench and possibly even starting maybe some Champions League games. That's 40 million spent in the first day. And we are going to go ahead and bring in 3 free agents on the free agent market. Renato Correa, Milozovic Modric, and Vittorio Ricci. They will all be bench players and just good squad depth players. They should grow rather quickly because they look like regens of some sorts. I think this one might be Modric's regen here, Modric. Mark Cucurella is joining this squad. He will be our new #1 left back as Zinchenko takes over the role of that center midfield in the replacement of Tyler Adams as he drops to the bench. So it'll be Weston McKennie and Zinchenko in that midfield duo holding it down. Zinchenko obviously now kind of a more defensive role in the midfield, with Weston McKennie being possibly more attacking. And we can easily interchange those two as well. But Mark Cucurella has joined the squad for around 48 million. That's a big chunk of our budget gone. So we can go ahead and sign him. Now, next player I want to bring in is David Calabria. I want to bring in a new right back. I want somebody with experience. And I think he could be very good. His defensive awareness, his defensive stats in general are just very good. So we are going to look to go ahead and bring him in as well from Chelsea. He will replace Serginho Dest. So this team is turning a lot less American as we speak. Obviously, American coach now. Not in real life, but here. We only have 34 million left. And the thing is, I'm not really looking to sell anybody. We're out for 32. They do offer Serginho Dest in the deal. Or they want Serginho Dest in this deal. Would I be interested in selling him? 'Cause I have no right back if I do sell him. And that's kind of the problem we ran in last season when Serginho Dest got injured. We had to loan in a right back. I think we actually loaned in a right back from Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to go ahead and get rid of him. We're going to actually offer them, it's going to sound crazy, but we're going to offer them Firpo plus 32 million. I really can't offer anything more than that. They want 34. The thing is, if we do 34, we're not going to be able to spend enough on his wages. So 30, they can offer 31 now then. They can accept 31. 32.7. We're getting better. 31.7. Chop $1 million off of that. No. They don't want to. Well, you will. You know you want to, and you know you will. 32.5. 31.7. Do 31.7 again. 32.4. I'm just gonna go 32 and see if they accept that. Pretty much where the first offer I literally accepted. They're not gonna offer it, and we might not be able to bring him in, but 32.4 million. He's obviously going a crucial role. We're obviously going to go ahead and give him that 4 years. So he'll be here into the age of 31, 32. We can obviously not accept this. And we can't even accept this. We're going to have to literally just pay straight wages and hope it's enough. Or if not, we might have to come back. 47K, that's all I can offer you. It's not good enough. So we won't bring in Calabria. We're going to have to offload some players, but the good thing about that is we do have a lot of dead weight in this team. So a lot of these players could be on the way out. Actually, we actually really don't have that much dead weight. Some of these players are going to have to be on the way out, though, for sure. All right, we got a little bit more funds for offloading some players. Actually out on loan. I don't know how we got more money for that, but we're now at 37.5 million. We are going to offer them 33 million. They are on the verge of actually going to Atletico Madrid at the moment as well. They have accepted a transfer deal. I think it was like 35. They quickly, instantly accept 33 million. They don't give a lot struggle. Obviously, we offered 32.5 last time. That's where we ended up. So he's obviously going to be on a crucial squad role this time around. 4 years like last time he said yes. No release clause, that's perfect. I don't really care about that. Salary, I don't know how much he wanted. I really don't. So I'm going to offer him 125K. Oh, most I can offer him is actually 90K. He's going to have to accept that. It's a reasonable offer. Okay, perfectly fine. We have quite literally nothing left in the bank. We spend the rest of it all on a new right back. David Calabria will join the squad, and Serginho Dest finds himself on the bench. That's a second American getting dropped from this team as we shift our focus now onto Champions League football in the quest to possibly even battle for I think the board wants us to get in the semifinals. I want to see if we can win it in the first season. Great that we go ahead and bring in Calabria and Cucurella into the team and Vahi. We spent 40 million on a bench player. That's a good signing. We do drop Adams and Dest to the bench. That's perfectly fine. Those are good bench players. Jurgenich has been fantastic coming off the bench last season. The two areas where I want improvement is these two right here in James and Nanto. And we simply just don't have the budget to replace those anymore or find any new players. We might be able to bring on somebody out on loan if they are a better option. But if we do, they would have to play a lot more in the first 6 months of the season, well, all the way, I guess first 7 months, all the way into the end of January, where they would be safe from getting recalled. Francisco, he's looking like he's going to get another shot at the starting 11 spot. I need his shooting to go up. We'll go ahead and look to boost that up through the training or whatever it is. So Zinchenko, he is on the verge of becoming a center midfielder. Weston McKennie has been doing good. His defending and physical is actually a lot better than Zinchenko, so he might be the one to sit back a little bit more than what Zinchenko should be doing. Hincapié and Gomez are looking good. Gomez might be sold at the end of the season. Meslier, his keeper for now is going to be good. Now, I wish I could sell these players. Yurdo, he's going to be sent out on loan shortly, hopefully. I want to offload Vober. I want to offload Hajade. I want to offload Firpo, Lorente, Lavia. These 3 players, they might not have that big improvement into the squad. Maybe him because he's 79 overall. But maybe we sell Tyler Adams and bring in that Modric kid into the bench. And switching Zinchenko to a center mid has brought his overall up to from 83 now to 85. It's looking like he can't grow anymore. That might just be for the rest of this season because I know his potential is around 87, if I believe right. And obviously dynamic potential is obviously a thing in this game, so he should be able to grow maybe even into next season. But these 2 midfielder players are going to be fantastic. Now, I am actually on the verge of selling Jurgenich. He will be leaving the squad. So Modric and Tyler Adams will be our bench players. And that will give us a good boost in that transfer budget. It's just something that had to happen. And there he is walking out of the front doors. He did a good shift for us last season, but we need the money, so he is gone. He is on his way into Spain for 20.2 million. We should get around 17 million if I'm not mistaken. Got the most we could have, so 16.5k or 16.5 million. Now, scout reports. And there is a lot of scout report players. Do I have, I think I might have, I was doing another video right before this. Do I have, I do, okay. I had 15 players on the scout report, so this first month we'll have 15 players. And honestly, some of them, the potentials look pretty decent. The overalls don't look that great though. The value needs to be over $1 million if I were to sign them. And I'm going to be here a lot longer sifting through these players. And honestly, these overalls, they have to be in the 70s for them to be even over $1 million. So nothing from France in that first month. We get a 15-year-old keeper. Do I really need a keeper? I mean, I'll sign him, but he really can't be brought into next season. Other than that, let's see, a 71 overall here, 750k, not really good enough. 950k, his potential isn't good enough. And Tyrone Mings has left the club. This one might come back to bite me in the back. But we go ahead and offload him for only around 12 million, was it? 11 million to Brighton. We do have that one center back that we bought in for a free, and possibly a center defensive mid that we bought in for a free that can transition into a center back. But that is Mings, so that is now us up to 29 million. And that might be good enough for us to sign some new wingers to replace our wingers on the bench. We could also improve them, and we could, I mean, I tried to show them they're on the transfer list. A lot of these players should be on the transfer list. Some of them actually aren't, surprisingly. I thought I did this already. Maybe that's why they haven't been sold yet. I need a new cam as well. I don't have a good cam on the bench. Thinking about it. Ben Seguir has been sent on loan as well. He is 19-year-old, 73 overall. He might still have some involvement in this team if we were to continue down the line. Maybe, but highly unlikely. Wenderson Galliano, he will be joining the club as our new left mid on the bench. We spent 18 million plus Nanto, so that's an extra 8 million to bring him in. Now we really only have 8 million to bring in a possible right midfielder, so we might have to look on the loan market in that regard. I'm gonna try and offer obviously Daniel James in the deal to see if that can work, but if not, we either stick with Daniel James or we try and bring in another midfielder on loan. But Wenderson Galliano, he joins the squad. We could have probably saved a couple more million, maybe 2 or 4 mil 2.5 million. Actually, they are saying now we either bring in Marquinhos and transition this squad slowly into an Arsenal team. Well, obviously Marquinhos and then Zinchenko now. Which honestly, I thought we had a lot more Arsenal players in the squad, but I guess we don't. I think it's only Zinchenko and Marquinhos. Or we go back into America and bring in Timothy Weah in from Augsburg to sit on the bench. Obviously, we used him a lot. I think he was our main player at Bournemouth at right midfielder, so that's a little bit reason why I honestly don't want to bring him in for that purpose. And then obviously just keeping the theme up with America, kind of like Wolves with Portugal. So I think my backbone is bringing in Marquinhos in on loan, possibly, but I would love to bring him in. So I'm gonna try and offer Timothy. Actually, do I go in because they want 18 million? Can I even loan him? I think I can. Yeah, I can loan him. Can I loan him? Yeah, I can loan anybody in the game. I don't know why I did that. He'd be a lot easier to bring in to replace Daniel James. So I think we can fall on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and try and buy Marquinhos into the squad. And he can honestly, if he grows quick enough, he could even replace Francisco in that starting 11. He's only 2 ratings below him. We are going to go ahead and offer a player swap. How much is Daniel James worth? 10 million. This might actually work out perfectly. 10 million. The only thing that won't work out is the wages, possibly. But 304K, they want 10% sell-on clause. I'm going to try and lower it to 8.5 with a 10% sell-on clause. They do accept that. I would love to bring Marquinhos in the game. I haven't used him since that Arsenal career mode. Did I do Arsenal career mode this year? I think I did. He accepts rotation, so that's honestly perfectly fine. 5-year deal. I doubt we even are at Leeds for 5 more years. Maybe. We'll see what happens. We can't accept any of that. Remove the bonus. Edit the wages. No signing bonus for you, my good sir. The thing is, we do have enough time. Oh, he's not going to accept this, actually. Oh, we can't do this then. Oh. Crap. Alright, Marquinhos, we will come back in for you in about a week time. We still have a good chunk of the month left to be able to do so. And we might have, yeah, we have enough time before the start of the season. Obviously, we have Liverpool in the Community Shield, but I just don't care about the Community Shield. Who is Llorente? You are 30 years old. You can go ahead and leave the club. Hincape, you must stay for at least 1 more season. Here is Liverpool in the Community Shield. I don't really care about this the competition. The Community Shield is just a charity event. We lose 2-1. Francisco gets on the score sheet though, so he gets his first goal of the season. If you are enjoying the series, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It has been falling off recently. Obviously, you are probably seeing this about a week or maybe even 2 weeks since I'm recording this. The series seemed to be falling off a little bit. I'm not sure. We did hit 1,000 subs, so thank y'all for that. And we will go back in for Marquinhos right before game day. Now, we go ahead and sell a couple more players. Obviously, y'all knew Llorente has been sold. And now Tyler Adams' release clause got triggered by Wolfsburg for $31.5 million pretty much. Wolfsburg got sold and Lavia's got sold. And then Tyler Adams' transfer talks comes to an end. And we go ahead and renegotiate a deal to exclude that release clause after that collapse. I was going to let him go if it worked out. But it doesn't, which is very rare in that happening. So he is now on a new contract deal, and he actually moves from a crucial to a rotation, so he took that very well. We have 29 million after selling those players, so we could bring in both of these realistically, but I want Marquinhos in. We could offer straight cash now and keep Daniel James, or we can offer Daniel James, accept the fact that if he gets injured, it might be the end of our rotational. We might have to bring in a free agent at that point. But obviously, Daniel James plus 8.5 mil. So around 20 million for him. And he really only didn't need that much. So we are incredibly overpaying for him. So he probably didn't have to sell those players to bring in these players, but it was going to happen anyway. He accepts rotational again, a 4-year contract deal. I'm hoping they do the contract again because I forgot what he wanted. I'm going to offer him $50K and see what they say. That's a reasonable offer. He is earning $2K more to sit on the bench again at a better club for Leeds United. Marquinhos joins the squad, and that might be our summer transfer window done as we go into the first game of the season against Everton. So here is the team going into our Premier League season and the Champions League season. Honestly, it looks a lot better than what it did at the start of this episode. We obviously have the same top four in Georgina Runner, St. Maximin, Brendan Aronson, and Francisco. I'm hoping for big things for you this season. We have a new midfield deal in Weston McKennie and Zinchenko. Cucurella as a more traditional left back, and Coppin and Gomez as our center backs, with Gomez as the captain. And honestly, he might get stripped of captaincy, and we might go ahead and give it to into Zinchenko. In fact, we will. That is exactly what we do. And then Calabria as our new right back. On the bench, we have new signings: Vahi, Galliano, Marquinhos, Martic on the bench, with Tyler Adams, Firpo, and Serginho Dest all on the bench as well. We have Correa, Richie, Hejade. We don't have a center back. We might be able to go bring in the center back. Actually, we have, what, 20 mil? We might be able to find a decent center back in that. But for now, we have Everton in this game. Let's go ahead and play him our first game of the season at Ellen Road as well. See what this team can do. See if Zinchenko can do good in that midfield, or is it going to bite me in the butt? Let's see. See if we can have a good start to the season like we did last season, where we scored, 28 goals in the first 10 games or something like that. It was absolutely incredible. I think we opened up with a 6-2 win last season. See if we can kind of start on those same vibes. See if we can possibly even challenge again for the title, and this year actually be in a proper title, not just get lucky and end up there. Obviously, being in Europe, that might hinder our squad depth a little bit. Zinchenko wins the ball back in the midfield, and then he gives it our way quickly. Prayer, Rovella, Naumer, out wide to Junami. Calabria's first look at being a right back in a first defensive duty. Pushes a player back. They get through our midfield and our defense, and it's 1-0 for Everton. They get past Meslier, and they take the lead. Maybe not starting as good as we did last season. Now, Everton were actually somewhat decent last season. For the majority of the part, they did fall off towards the end of the season. I think they ended up finishing mid-table when they were battling for top 5, top 6 for so long. So this isn't technically a hard or easy test, but it shouldn't be the hardest for sure. And I'm still confident in the boys to walk out with a win. Brendan Aronson out wide for Francisco. I kind of want to change numbers as well. Brendan Aronson will look to find Zinchenko and then lay it back off for Brendan Aronson. Looking for that quick equalizer. Pickford saves and it's out for a corner. Francisco's on the corner. Weston McKennie on the header. Possibly out for another corner. No. St. Maximin. Zinchenko battling through and finding Rutter in space. And Georgino Rutter off on the mark already. And it's 1-1. And we retake that draw. Retake the lead almost, I said. But it's 1-1. And Georgino Rutter starting off where he left off last season. Zinchenko, his first assist in a new role. I mean, he was pretty much playing there last season anyway, let's be real. We had him on inverted. We actually have Cucurella on inverted as well. We might have to switch that because he is more traditional right back. But here's Georgino Rutter again, and he takes the lead now. It's 2-1, and it's a brace. Everton are breaking down right in front of your eyes. Let's put the shot off. I didn't think that should go in. Georgino Rutter blast into the back of net. Pickford can't save that one either. And we have the lead in only really 4 or 5 minutes since drawing level.
Key to them leading at the moment.
Hincape now, Zinchenko, Cucurella, St. Maximin, Georgina Rutter, who's on a hat trick, and Georgina Rutter gets his hat trick. It's 3-1 for Leeds now, and Everton are in the depths.
Fans have been wondering, would the deal go through?
Calabria in for Francisco now. Francisco lays it off for Brendan Aronson. It's 4-1 for Leeds United. Everything we shoot at the moment, it looks to find a way in somehow. And Brendan Aronson are up 4.
Well, not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1.
And Aronson lays it off for Rutter. Rutter in for Zinchenko. Zinchenko's going to get a shot off because why not? It's 5-1 for Leeds United. And we are picking off where we started last season as well. Maybe even a little bit better. Zinchenko blasted into the back of net. He has an assist and now a goal in his first game on his new role for the squad. And it's an incredible strike. It might be time for some changes here, allowing some of these new players to get on the field. Vahi Galliano for St. Maximin. He had no involvement in this game. That's fine. Zinchenko will come off, though, for Modic. Tyler Adams, do you come on? No. I think we just give the new players some game time here, and that's pretty much it. Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson in for Marquinhos. Marquinhos, he'll get on his left foot, and it's saved by the keeper. It's out for another corner, in which Marquinhos will take. Brendan Aronson possibly on the header. No, but another corner comes. Marquinhos will take. And Weston McKennie on the header. And Weston McKennie gets on the score sheet. And it's 6-1 to Leeds United now. We might have to adjust some sliders. Might have to improve the goalkeeping ability for them. And we'll get a corner. To possibly add a 7th to this. It's Weston McKennie on the corner this time. And Hincape on the header. Cleared, but only as far as to Weston McKennie. He'll get it back in the box. It finds Firpo, who finds Brendan Aronson. And his left foot curls it past the post. And that will be game over. A 6-1 thumping over Everton in our first game of the season. And in fact, that will wrap up this episode as well. When we come back, we'll have the wrapping up of the transfer window, in which I don't think we'll do anything else. Maybe find a new center back, but we'll also have more Premier League action and possibly Champions League action as well as we find out our group. But until then, live, like, subscribe, and peace out.